Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here. I'm back with another edition of Rabbi Ian 3, brought to you as before and as always by MEOR DC. MEORDC.com is our website, or find us on Facebook. And please be in touch. It's great to be back. Where was I? Rabbi Ian 3, where were you? I was in the land of Israel with a bunch of wonderful college students from DC and other universities on the MEOR Israel trip, which we run every year and which I urge you to go on if you haven't been on it. It's a great trip. Jewish learning in the morning, touring in the afternoon. It was beautiful. And I don't have too much prepared because I'm still a little bit jet lagged, but I do want to share with you the power of an act of kindness and the amazingness of the Jewish people. Those are my two themes right now for this short, well, it'll probably be 3 minutes, Rabbi Ian 3. Now, the power of an act of kindness, the amazingness of the Jewish people. I'm sure I experienced both of those things in the land of Israel in our amazing 2-week trip. Jerusalem and up north, there was just being in the Holy Land itself is incredible and amazing and beautiful, and you should go to Israel if you haven't been there. But I want to share with you an incident that happened on the day I got back to America, where I experienced firsthand the power of an act of kindness and the amazingness of the Jewish people. I had just gotten to JFK after a long 12-hour flight. I'm not one of those people who can sleep all the way through flights, almost no matter how many sleeping aids or medications or whatever I take. I sleep fitfully. I slept a little bit, whatever, it was fine. And I love El Al. That's not a paid advertisement, but I do love El Al. It feels like Israel, it really does. But after a long, exhausting trip and a long, exhausting 12-hour flight, got to JFK through customs, went up to United Airlines for my connecting flight from JFK to Dulles Airport, only to find, in inimitable Rabbi E fashion, that I had booked the wrong date for my connecting flight. So I was not booked for that day, and there was no other seat on that airline until 12 hours later at night, and I was in quite a state, and there was really nothing to be done. I could have fished around for other airlines, but what did I do? I went to Amtrak. I made my way circuitously to Penn Station via the Long Island Railroad. I was sweating. I was tired. I was frustrated. I was carrying 1 million bags, or at least 5 heavy bags. It was just, I was not as fresh as I am now in Rabbi Ian 3. I was like Rabbi E in, negative 50. And I got to Penn Station, and I bought the ticket, and that was fine or whatever, but I was sweating, and I was frowning. And a man with a yarmulke, obviously noticing my yarmulke, came up to me and said, "Hey, are you okay? You look like you're tired. You need some help. Can I help you in any way?" And the kindness of that act touched my heart and lifted my spirits. And I had another act where a Jewish woman and her child also came up to me and said, "Can I help you? You look hungry. Do you want a granola bar?" I mean, here you go. Now, it didn't have to be a Jewish person who stopped me, but it just happened to be that 2 other Jewish people noticed my yarmulke. And you see the power of an act of kindness. It revivified my spirit, so to speak, if that's right, former English major, but I felt so wonderful, and it really, I was still sweating, I was still tired, I was still exhausted, but to have that act of human kindness was incredible, and it was just a few words, and the amazingness of the Jewish people, that we look out for each other, and we feel that bond with each other, and that kindness and that sense of family, which I felt often in the land of Israel, I felt there in Penn Station, and it was beautiful. Let's take those lessons, the power of an act of kindness, to do for our fellow Jewish people, for all people. It really can make a difference, as it did with me, and as Jewish people, we're lucky, we're fortunate, we're privileged, Baruch Hashem, to be part of an amazing people that looks out for each other, wherever we are around the world, in Tzfat, in the north of Israel, where I ran into old friends, or in Penn Station. Have a wonderful Shabbos. It's good to be back. Sorry it was over 3 minutes, but I'm going to keep this because I think it's a valuable lesson, and even in its elongated form. Good Shabbos.